Cardio sickness. Okay, what is cardio sickness? Cardio sickness is when you get sick after doing cardio. Duh. Okay, so why is this happening? Why are you getting sick after you've done a bunch of cardio? I mean, you were dieting right, you were doing your exercise, and you did everything that your friends told you to do, but then you got sick. Why might this be? That's happening for a multitude of reasons, which include your salad diet and your grapefruit diet and all these super low calorie diets mixed in with these really high intensity or really long duration exercises. Now, why does this make you get sick? When you're in a super low calorie diet, your body is prepped up to become in an inflamed state, a state that it's fighting itself and aggravated. So, when you now subject it to high intensity exercises, which create metabolic byproducts that harm your body and do a variety of different issues, both beneficial and in this case counterintuitive, like break your protein, your muscle protein down and your body down essentially, and utilize all your vitamins and nutrients, you're going to set yourself up for even more failure, because now you have a really low calorie diet that's really low in nutrients and a really high intensity energy expenditure that's really high in demand of nutrients, and you're creating a bunch of byproducts while you're doing this exercise, and you're expecting your body not to get sick. And your body does have some means of protecting itself, and this is actually one of the main reasons why you get sick. And this is one of the reasons why, when you're really stressed out, you get sick. And this reason being that your cortisol levels become elevated. Now, I don't know if you ever got a cortisol shot, cortisone, to try and reduce your inflammation, or a tennis elbow or something. Well, this is because cortisol is really essential for reducing inflammation. At the same time it's really essential for reducing inflammation, it reduces your whole immune system. So when you're in this sort of high intensity exercise and you're really inflamed, your body's like, whoa, too much inflammation. Cortisol gets elevated to try and mediate the inflammation, and because you're fighting your own body, and you're reducing the inflammation of it and your immune system, you're setting yourself up to get sick from anything, basically, because you're so frail in this state. I mean, if you think about it, when you do a high intensity exercise, and then you're coming off and you haven't eaten anything that day, you feel like crap. You feel like, you're groggy, you're tired, and you feel like weak. Well, that's because you are. And that's what's going to predisposition you to get sick. So, now that we've covered that a really low calorie diet is bad because it doesn't have any, it causes inflammation, and a really high intensity exercise mixed with it makes it far worse because the metabolic byproducts, which cause cortisol to come in to try and mediate the inflammation. Let's look at the other part of this, because we all have been told that vitamin C is great for our immune system. So if you think, well, if I get enough vitamin C in my diet, then I won't get sick and I can still exercise as hard as I want. Well, one problem with that is when you go on the grapefruit diet and you're getting a bunch of vitamin C. So the thing about this is that there are a variety of nutrients that are essential for your immune system. I mean, you're a complex person, and that's what humans are. There are a variety of nutrients and chemicals and chemical reactions, and we have to be sensitive to this. So with that understood, one of the things that you're probably missing most of on these extremely low-calorie diets is protein. Protein is really essential for the immune system and really underrated for the immune system. You look at things like glutamine and arginine and all these things that help people recover from severe injuries, and then you try and go without these essential amino acids, and thinking that you're gonna be okay, is ridiculous. I mean, you're depriving yourself of vital nutrients and causing your body to demand those nutrients. So, if I were to suggest something to you to make sure that you don't get this cardio sickness, the first thing I would suggest is that you increase your caloric intake. Because to start, by depriving yourself that much of those nutrients and those calories, is your body's going to change into a caloric deficiency metabolic system, meaning that your body recognizes that it's in a reduced calorie state and it goes into starvation mode. So you're not going to be burning as many calories as you would be if you bumped up your calories. So what I would suggest you do is that you try and take out maybe 300 calories from your diet. I mean, depending upon if you're eating 5,000 calories, don't worry, you'll live off 2,000. So I would try and first get around the 2,000 calorie mark. Second, I would try and maybe, if you're already around that and you're still suffering from obesity or overweight, go ahead and try and reduce that by 300. Now, having done that, the other thing I would suggest doing is taking a multivitamin. So now you don't have to eat all these calories you're trying to get these nutrients, because you have a multivitamin which covers most of, but not all, of your metabolic needs. The other thing I would suggest you do is, after you beat the crap out of yourself with your high intensity exercise, is to feed yourself. Put in a dense manner, and this is by using a protein shake. I would go ahead and use a protein shake, 25 grams or so of protein, and that'll help your body sort of fight the damage that's going on and recover from this hardship that your body's just endured. The other thing I would do is take in more water, because that's going to help excrete these metabolic byproducts. So what we have just gone over is the fact that your reduced calorie diet, the diet that's getting you all these gains in a second, or all these losses, I should say, in a second, being 2 weeks or so, is exactly what's causing you to get sick. I mean, you probably have come up with that already in your head, but it's time to listen to that. It's time to hear it. It's that a super reduced calorie state mixed with a high intensity exercise will make you sick. Now, things you can mediate this is bumping up your calories and making a more complex diet, taking a multivitamin, and taking a protein shake, especially after you've exercised. You do these three things, and you keep that high intensity exercise going, and you keep working hard at it, you're not going to get cardio sickness. So I hope you learned something, and I hope I didn't ramble too much. And watch my other videos. Alright, thank you.